Hey everybody, and welcome to Padley Gorge in the Peak District. This is the Burbage Brook down here. And many of you have seen Padley Gorge. We've walked up to the top, up to Toad Mouth, back down to where the train station is, maybe had a brew at the station cafe. But you may have noticed there are a series of tunnels or culverts carrying the Burbage Brook underneath. There are 3 of them. And what I've come to do today, as well as walk Padley Gorge, is to take a look inside the 3 tunnels of Padley Gorge. So the first one is the smallest one that we've got to go and locate. There's number 2, going under a little bit of hillside and woodland. And of course the third one is the main one that goes below the Manchester to Sheffield railway line. I can't wait to show you that one. I'll show you on maps where they all are, and then hopefully I'll see you a bit further up as we make our way towards our first culvert. So all 3 of them are separated by probably about a mile. You've got one of them right below Grindleford Station, the next one is a few hundred metres up, and the shortest one, but maybe the more attractive, cutest one, can we call it, is furthest away on the hairpin of the road at Toad's Mouth below the A6187. So this is where we're off to first to find our first culvert or tunnel of the day, Toad's Mouth at the hairpin of the road below the A6187. There it is, that's what we're after. So Toad's Mouth, and the road above loops around like that, back towards Sheffield that way, and further into the Peak District down there. I've got to try and get over there somehow. Got myself a little bit closer, I think across here, and along that edge just there should get us where we need to be. Actually climb up here, look, we'll see what it looks like from above, right next to the road, look. Well, I'm not going to go any closer. It's quite a drop down, isn't it? Oh, I think I can straddle that without getting my feet wet. So this looks rather bigger than I thought it would be, to be honest. Looking down there, it looked very, very small, but looking back at the portal, you can see that's really is like a quarter to the Peak District, isn't it? Complete this stone all the way around, but I can straddle myself carefully up here. I think I might just give up actually and put my feet in the water because I'm sliding a little bit on those side bits there. It might be a little more awkward to go back because it is on a slight downward trajectory, but I'm about halfway through. Let's push on. Almost down the other end. Shower on the left hand side, look. So that's probably coming down from a separate little waterfall. I'd say it's probably coming off the road, but there's been no rain. That's a nice view, isn't it, to come out to? So that's the way we came in, as you can tell. We're going to carry on following the Burbage Brook down. We're going to meet up with a second one as soon as I finish looking at this one. That looks quite deep, so I don't think we're really going to be stepping out of that. quick drop down from the drone safely at the side and away from the road. We can see what the portal on the opposite side does look like a little bit closer. The best images I could get, I didn't want to get too close to the road, but I've dropped it right down. We've got another angle. You can just make out the archway at the very bottom and where that branch is coming down and where the water is also trickling from. Okay, back out safely out of the very first culvert. Let's go and see if we can find and get into the shorter number 2. Right, let's leave that one behind. Let's go and find the second one. It's the shortest of the 3, and I think it might be the second largest of the 3 as well. So let's get down there. I'm pretty sure it's just an easy walk into this one. So let's go and find out. So off to culvert number 2. This one is probably the widest, but the second longest of all 3 of them that we're seeing today, and also I believe the newer one. So let's drop down to where this is located, and after that we'll pop to the third one and the main one on this entire exploration and walk below Grindleford Station. Some bill wheels here, look, one there. Yeah, a cuckoo, I think. Listen. Not going to do it now, are you? There you go. And 2 more look through here. There we go. It's alright, isn't it? There was a quarry as well, Bowl Hill Quarry, which I believe was the one that helped build the reservoirs at Ladybower. This little stone section, it's been put in to allow what must be a stream during heavy rainfall dropping down to there. Of course, it's almost June 2024 now when I'm doing this. Came up here in December with my sister and brother-in-law, but it was a lot of water. Well, I always knew I'd come back in the late spring or summer to come and do this when the water was low. Still quite a bit of water though. Let's push on, not far away, just down there. I think we're going to find culvert number 2. Okay, culvert number 2 goes under the forestry and the hillside just there. Not really sure how long this one is, but we've just come down here from the path, from the Toad's Mouth, about a quarter of a mile up there. I need to carefully make my way down here and down to the mouth of the tunnel. So this one isn't so long, is it? You can see the other end, and there's a bit of a slope or a weir at the far end. That's what it looks like, and that is going to take us down to the one below the railway, the one that is, in my opinion, going to be the main event. Let's have a nosy inside culvert number 2. So already I've stood in the water, but it's only trailer deep. It's not very much at all. It doesn't look too old, does it, this one? I see something on the left hand side, like a kind of sluice. I'll show you behind. Let's go see what that is just there. So it's something to do with waterworks, isn't it? Get you in closer, and there's a ladder and a manhole and a big pipe coming from somewhere. The water on my feet. It's very, very noisy down here. Let's push on and we'll approach this sloping weir section. This looks lovely out the other end, doesn't it? I'm going to carefully put my feet on the side and it should be alright to actually walk up here. Here we go, look. That's really nice, isn't it? Cascading down from. And half expected someone to be stood there. So there's the path just there, look. That's beautiful, isn't it? I mean, that's just stunning, isn't it? It looks like the water's going really, really fast down there. I just love that shot right now, don't you? Now I've done number 2, I'm going in search of number 3. That is the big one. That is the one that goes below the Sheffield to Manchester railway line. You occasionally see photos of it on Facebook. The Padley Gorge culvert. On my way to it though, there's this look. Now, this is a pump house or pumping station, isn't it? A valve house, and it is very much the same or similar design of the ones that are at Lady Bower. If you've ever seen when Lady Bower dries out, or you've walked alongside it at Ashupton Viaduct, well, there's one of these underneath the water. So after seeing this valve house or pumping station, which reminisce so much of the ones at Lady Bower and all the way around the Peak District, taking a look at maps, I could see that the second tunnel that we'd just been in, where it had that opening, was just here, very, very close to this valve house. I'm going to say there is a connection between the two with pipe work going underground. There's also one of these as you walk up the side of Lady Bower towards Derwent Dam, and it is just up from where Ashupton Viaduct is, where the road crosses Lady Bower. It's quite nice to see one of those. So, got to go down here, and when we hit the railway station at Grindleford, that is when we need to be looking inside the main culvert we've come to see. So back with the Burbage Brook, very, very close to our main culvert, which is just that site down there. And we can't get to it that way because there are houses and properties, and we're not going to go walking through their gardens. So if you're going to see it, you've got to see it at the other side, below the railway. Now, the railway between Sheffield and Manchester Piccadilly was completed by 1894. So it gives us a rough date of when this culvert was constructed, probably a couple of years prior to that, before the line itself opened. So we just see the train bursting out of Topley Tunnel. That's come from the direction of Sheffield, heading towards one of the quarries towards Buxton, I believe. So that's Manchester down that way. Our brook, Burbage Brook, goes right below the railway, just behind those bushes. You see the tunnel down there, and the brook pops out the other side of that shelter. So slowly and carefully on the approach to the main culvert or tunnel of Padley Gorge, the one below Grindleford Railway Station that I've seen so many photos on the internet and on Facebook. A fair bit of flow of water was coming out, but not enough to cause any problems, maybe just trainer ankle deep. Now I was curious to know what this was for, this like tank that was sticking out of the ground, and there was quite a bit of water, although it was very stagnant inside there. I've got a feeling it is connected to what was that pipe just coming out of the tunnel just there. So standing in the mouth of the culvert, I then began to turn around and head on in. So I stepped in slowly, and there wasn't a very strong current, and it was quite stable underfoot. It wasn't slippy at all, it was rather nice. The flow of the water coming off was just quite surreal really, quite tranquil at the same time, and it wasn't particularly dark inside with the light beaming through. Now I noticed this little entrance or culvert attached to the side, and I'd say that it's something to do with drainage from the road or the railway above. Continuing on, I'd gone up around 3 steps, and the pipe work on the left had many holes in it. It rusted away. And not only was the ground where the water ran through staggered, also there was these lips in the ceiling. You could see where there's 2 of these archways in the roof, which is raising the tunnel roof at the same time as the tunnel is being risen as well. As the water keeps tumbling down these steps, it continues to create a gorgeous sound. You can see where the pipe is absent from them stanchions. As we approach the exit, that is private land on the way out there. It goes into somebody's garden, and there is a sign up there that says so we won't be going up there. Look at the complexity of the roof, all that brickwork. You can see there's plenty of repairs over the years too. So as I begin my way out back down to where we began, towards the portal we came in at, I've absolutely loved the fact that I've managed to actually come and take a look at this, and it was worth the effort of coming along. Absolutely stunning bit of Victorian engineering. That's definitely another one ticked off the list. And the actual portal to this culvert or tunnel reminds me of a scaled down railway tunnel. Got the abutments, the stone archway, and all of the complexities that go along with one. So that's it, that's our look at Padley Gorge, Grindleford, and the tunnels that carry the Burbage Brook through the valley. Thank you very much for watching. I'd love you to join me on the social medias, they're popping up below. Please like, subscribe, and comment any suggestions too, and where you'd like me to go. Thank you very much, bye bye.